If you've been a viewer of mine for a while, you know I've been a huge fan of the Tony Hawk games forever. I really thought the series was done after the sewer stinker that was Pro Skater 5. I played that pile of dookie, and just to think this franchise was going to putter out with a poo-poo playtime entry like this really twisted my nips. They were really pooping some shit out of their ass with that abomination. Then, 5 years ago, Activision and Vicarious Visions surprised us all with remakes of the first two games. It looks good, plays good, it's everything I wanted out of a new Tony Hawk game. I didn't ask for much, just good physics and good controls. No gimmicky BS like the slam function in Pro Skater 5. Yeah, I wanna slam that shit into the garbage and slam a pile of shit out of my ass right on top of it. There were talks of a Pro Skater 3 and 4, but then Activision pulled an Activision and merged VV into Blizzard and thus seemingly 86 to any possibility of a 3 and 4 remake. For a couple of years there was radio silence, but now, developed by Iron Galaxy, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 is out for everyone. I got to play it a few days early because I pre-ordered the Digital Deluxe Edition, and I just have to say this. It has everything that made the first remakes great, fantastic even. Great graphics, great controls, greater feel. The levels are faithfully remastered with amazing attention to detail. All the environments look thoroughly lived in and graffitied up. I did hear some rumblings about some of the textures being AI generated, but I can't confirm nor deny if that's true, if that's an issue with you. If it is true, it's just a testament to Activision's penchant for rushing their developers, something that put Neversoft out of wanting to do any more Tony Hawk games. They didn't want to do the yearly refreshes, and they knew they were oversaturating the market. But aside from that, there are a few minor changes done to the maps, like a tad of rearranging of the quarter pipes in the college map. Nothing too conspicuous, although if someone's trick line relies on those quarter pipes being there, like in the original Pro Skater 4, it'll break their line for sure. Otherwise, the maps play like their original 6th gen counterparts. Once you complete both tours, a new set of objectives will unlock that are more advanced than the ones first given to you. These are things such as obtaining the combo letters, harder to reach collectibles, and more advanced gap tricks. Tony 4 lacks 2 maps, Chicago and Carnival. I can kind of speculate as to why they couldn't bring Chicago back, since that was a Matt Hoffman Pro BMX 2 original map, and maybe there are some licensing issues or legal red tape there barring it from returning, but I can't for the life of me figure out why Carnival wasn't included. Iron Galaxy did, however, make 3 new maps for this remake: Movie Studio, Water Park, and Pinball. They're fine maps, really nothing big to write home about, they're just fine. They're definitely better than the maps exclusive to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X. I remember a couple years back trying to 100% 2X, and those bonus levels are just a nightmare. The skater roster's pretty damn big, which is cool to see. Andy Anderson's a bonus skater, which I'm stoked for because he's one of my personal favorite skaters. He's an absolute beast. And the real special thing here is the fact that, yes, Bam Margera is back. Fuck yes. One thing is the lack of the original soundtracks in the remake. Again, I was introduced to the core Tony Hawk franchise with TNT by AC/DC. That song and Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden, those 2 songs alone helped push me along into the world of rock and metal music. Yeah, this quirked up white boy loves him some rock and heavy metal. But Number of the Beast was replaced with 2 Minutes to Midnight, another Maiden song, and I'm very happy they kept Ace of Spades by Motorhead and 96 Quite Bitter Beings by CKY intact with the game. Also, If You Must by Del the Funky Homo Sapien, that's a fucking jam. That makes me want to wash my ass after slam dunk shitting on Pro Skater 5. Now, the sensitive topic. Something I really don't want to touch because it feels like my opinion will get me spit roasted, but damned if you do, damned if you don't. The big change in career mode for Pro Skater 4. In the original, you free skated around an open map and talked to NPCs with arrows above their heads to start missions. This was replaced with the classic 2-minute timer in the remake, though this wasn't advertised as a selling point, which I think would have been a better idea. You can extend this timer to an entire 60 minutes. but for some, it just doesn't downright replace the open world style career mode in the original Tony 4. I started my journey with this franchise with Pro Skater 4 at Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure back on Christmas Day 2003, and I very much remember cruising around the college map and doing the missions by highlighting the NPCs, and while I am of the group that enjoys the 2-minute timer and I don't mind this change, I know some people out there are bringing out their pitchforks because it's not open like the original. The edgy humor was removed from this game as well, but again, that's kind of a given now with how corporatized and squeaky clean Activision's gotta be in the name of quote-unquote professionalism. Again, I'll get spit roasted for this, but that's another thing that I, in my personal opinion and personal tastes, don't mind being changed. I just enjoy playing through the levels. You also can't play the mini games like tennis or baseball in Alcatraz, but I swear to this day I cannot beat a game of tennis to save my life. I'd have better luck pulling my asshole out of my ear than winning a game of tennis, but you're free to type skill issue as many times as you'd like in the comments. I did win this match though. So if you don't like that the Pro Skater 4 career was remodeled for the timer and or the lack of edgy humor and or the fact that the entire soundtrack isn't intact, this game just might rub you the wrong way. I personally don't mind these issues, therefore it isn't the biggest problem for me, and I can still enjoy this game and their campaigns as they are. However, I acknowledge that it wasn't the best idea to tamper with the soul of the original Pro Skater 4. It's kind of complicated because 1+2 was loved by everyone, and with Pro Skater 4 being different both mechanically and tonally, by changing it up like this to fit more in line with the last 3 games, you risk alienating die-hard fans of the 4th game. It's still good, and I love it, but I know it can be and will be a deal-breaker for those fans. I don't think it's necessarily a cash grab. I mean, look at what EA is doing to Skate right now, and you tell me if this is a cash grab. I like 3 and 4 and will continue playing it, but as much as I don't mind the changes to Tony 4, I can't completely defend it and can't help but feel like they might have played it a little too safe. But I also don't want to run this game into the ground because I know that we almost didn't have it at one point. Now, should you get this game or avoid it? It's complicated. It's completely up to you. I mean, if you're fine with the changes done to the Tony 4 career and the lack of the original tracks from the original titles like I am, I say go for it. You'll enjoy the holy hell out of it. However, if the above isn't really doing it for you, your mileage may vary. Will it save the future of the franchise? I can't say for certain. The reviews on Steam are labeled as mixed, which isn't the greatest sign. But at the end of the day, I don't have much faith that if the Tony Hawk series were to continue, whether it's an all-new original game or a Thug remake, that Activision would actually treat Iron Galaxy with respect and give them the time to really make something that's great. It'll just be some half-baked batch of bullshit, and people will be upset about it, rightfully so. If anything, realistically speaking, Activision will probably just absorb Iron Galaxy into another company to make more fuck-ass Call of Duty to continue the yearly dose of slop. This has been Jake. Thanks for stopping by the cafe. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.